everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Olivia.
Today we'll check out some basketball highlights, an athlete profile with Owen Powers, a message from the junior class government, and some Speedy Sketches.
But first, let's begin with a message from our principal, Mr. Devoll.
Oh, you're here. It's vacation. There's no rundown. Leave me alone.
Thank you, Mr. Devoll, for that informative message. Now, on to sports.
Last week we filmed boys basketball team face off against DR and Dartmouth. Let's check it out in this week's sports highlights.
Go Bulldogs!
Continuing on from sports, let's move on to this week's athlete profile.
Recently, we caught up with hockey player Owen Powers to hear about his story about playing on the ice. Let's check it out.
I'm Owen Powers. I'm number 21, and I play defense. My position differs a little bit. I stay back more compared to a forward who's usually in the play. Kind of like in lacrosse, defensemen are usually defending the net compared to a forward who's attacking the other end. But I mean, jump in the play once in a while, stuff like that. I started when I was 3. I started skating when I was 3, and I think I really started playing hockey when I was maybe 5 or 6. Play golf during the summer, and that's kind of a good getaway, but it's good to stay active during the winter, stuff like that, and I like to be competitive, so. Usually get to the rink about an hour early, drink a 5-hour energy, something like that. Maybe a banana. change, gotta wear a tie and all that stuff to the rink. So change out of that, get into some warm-up clothes, stretch, listen to some music with the team, and then just talk to coach about other teams, stuff like that. It kind of depends on who we're playing against. I think it's normal to kind of downplay some teams sometimes. Like if we're playing Wareham or something like that, no offense to them, but they're not as strong as us, so kind of take them more lightly. Sometimes that's bad. But you don't really think too much when you're out there. Kind of just go with the flow of things. Kind of become really good friends with all those kids. The freshmen are coming in, maybe they're not so used to the high school experience, and being on a team really helps that if they don't play a fall sport. So, I mean, you become really close over the winter. You're with them every night. Doesn't matter how good or bad you think you are, I think you should play. We're losing a lot of guys next year, so we're definitely going to need some help. But yeah, no matter what your skill set is, no matter how big or small you are, I think you should just come out and play, try out. We're going to need kids, and it should be a fun time. Seniors, you know, sometimes it's that stereotype of seniors getting like really mean to freshmen and hazing and all that crap, but I don't know. There's not much of that going on. Everyone's nice to everyone. Definitely Coach Labonte, Zach and Tabor and Ryan Raphael. I've been on the team longest with them, and obviously Sam Austin, those guys, but they kind of played a role in my high school hockey because they kind of were the role models for me, being the younger player. But last year, Noah Strawn and Sam Henry, Chase and Landon, all those guys, they really made it a great year for us. We had a great run last year. Hopefully we can build somewhat to that this year, even though we don't have a strong team, but it's just great playing for ORR.
Moving on from sports, we would like to relay a message from the junior class government.
Recently, we sat down with President Katie Gillis and Vice President Brett Rood to discuss news for the junior class. Here's what they had to say.
Hi, my name is Katie Gillis, and I'm the president of the junior class.
Hi, my name is Brett, and I'm the vice president of the junior class.
Junior year is a very important year for fundraising and events for prom and senior events.
Yeah.
So it's super important that we fundraise this year, and we're here to talk about some of those fundraisers that we have now.
Yeah, so this year we've been doing a couple dine-ins. Yesterday we had
The Cozy.
the Cozy dine-in, and it went very well. We had a good turnout.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we're going to do a few more of those. We're planning on doing one in the morning of a delayed start.
With the Mattapoisett Diner.
Right.
We're trying to keep them local because, like, who doesn't want to support a local business? And it's more personal to the businesses
Right,
as well.
yeah. It's helping out two causes, which I think is a good thing.
And that's an easy source of money that's just a constant income. So we're going to try to do it every month or every other month if possible. The next thing that is coming up is Mr. ORR, which is sometime in April.
April 12th, something like that. We'll put out dates for that.
Yeah.
But basically the junior class, we have to set up the whole thing, get the MC, set up concessions. We're going to have concessions there, and we'll split the money with the senior class that we make.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get posters out soon for, like, if you want to sign up, then it's open to everyone in the school. Usually the senior guys do it. It's like a beauty pageant.
Yeah,
for
it's a beauty pageant for guys.
the
It's a really fun time.
It is.
It's basically just a fun night for everyone in the school to come together and I don't know, have a good time.
A lot of laughs.
Yeah,
It's
it's really
funny,
fun.
Yeah. The next thing that we have going on is junior semi, which dates will be coming out.
Yeah, we've been kind of
Changing
jumping
it.
around with the dates because we've been trying to avoid SATs and different track meets.
and-
So we're still zeroing in on the date, but
We'll have it out.
despite that, we'll
Yeah.
have it out. But the
Theme.
theme for semi is going to be like a midsummer night's dream,
Secret
enchanted
garden.
forest, secret garden
Yeah.
type thing, where it's going to be like elegant with naturey
Vibes.
vibes. It's a weird way of putting it, but yeah,
It's gonna look good.
It's gonna look good.
We have a group of parents that are really awesome and are executing our ideas and putting it to be realistic. So
Yeah.
food, and the biggest change that we have this year is we don't have the overnight that usually happens.
Yeah.
The administration wanted to completely just demolish it because it's not safe anymore or healthy for kids to go. People would sign up and then not go, and that's a huge waste of money for us as well. So it's actually a good thing that we're not having it this year.
Yeah, the after party was a pretty common thing in past years, but as an organization, a couple of us decided that it's just better not to. But we will be extending the actual party, the dance party portion, that will have games included and stuff. So you can still have fun and do things that you might do at the after party. But yeah, it's kind of all combined into one, and it'll be going from about 6 to midnight.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time.
And then the last thing that we have is because senior events usually tend to be so expensive, we're really trying to push for fundraisers this year and especially next year. And one of the biggest things that helps out every class is the Drive for Your School, presented by Ford. And we're also trying to get Buick to do it as well. So if we have Buick this year and then Ford next year, we can really raise a lot of money. A lot of people think that we're just raising money for prom, but that's not necessarily true. Prom is very expensive, and that's one of the biggest things that we raise money for. But it's also senior events that are a huge cost, but are a lot of fun if we can do them.
Yeah, this year the senior class did the Ford Drive for Your School, and they made just over $5,000, which is amazing, and that'll help them out a lot. So if we can do this twice, then we're hoping for close to double. Yeah.
And then at the end of the year, we also have our bake sale for the half a day.
Yep.
Not sure what the date is, but it's a half a day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, that's about it.
yeah.
That is the junior class update.
Thanks to Katie Gillis and Brett Rood for sharing with us their plans for the junior class.
Now, let's finish up this episode with something very interesting.
For this week's edition of Speedy Sketches, I changed things up and drew them electronically. Let's check it out. Teachers and students, if you would like to have something filmed and shown on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC TV station.
Be sure to check out our Vimeo channel for everything we film here at ORC TV. We shoot sports games, school events, town meetings, and so much more.
Well, that wraps up this week's episode. Until next time, I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Olivia,
And this is Bulldog Weekly. This past week, William Becket Kiernan tragically passed away on February 5th at the young age of 18. He was a member of the Old Rochester graduating class of 2017.
Those who were lucky enough to know Becket knew that he had the dream of becoming a Marine. Before he passed away, he served 7 years in the Young Marines. He achieved Sergeant Major of the New England Regiment and was awarded his unit's Young Marine of the Year.
But more than that, he was a remarkable, intelligent, selfless human being who put a smile on the faces of those who had the pleasure of his company. He will be remembered and deeply missed.